What's up, Whittier?
Welcome to What's Up, Whittier, a homegrown podcast.
A podcast to showcase Whittier's businesses, personalities, and hidden treasures.
Hey everybody, producer Christine here. I just want to say from me and the What's Up Whittier family, that includes Remo, Jessie, all of our past guests, thank you so much for listening, subscribing, and tuning in and sticking around while we've been preparing for 2020. So we've all been a little bit busy. Jessie's been soaring over at J2 Architects. Remo is preparing to welcome a little bundle of joy, and I am running to be the next mayor for the city of Whittier. If you'd like to keep up with us and follow what we're doing, check us out. You can follow Jessie at J2 Architects, Remo at Remo the Realtor, and you can follow me, Christine Singer-Luna, at Christine4Whittier. And also follow us, What's Up Whittier, on social media, and check out our new website, www.whatsupwhittier.xyz, for new and fun info coming up for 2020. So today we wanted to deliver a special Christmas treat, and here is our very exciting interview with Chef Ricardo Diaz from the Poet Gardens. Yes, the Poet Gardens, the food hall, is finally open. Check out their Instagram as well as the Whittier Brewing Co.'s Instagram at Poet Gardens at Whittier Brewing Co. for updated hours and information. The address is 13002 Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California, 90601. So in this podcast, I think that we're tasting some beer, but you know, the food is amazing. And also they just announced, so they have one place called the Pesco Huite, and that's like vegetarian tacos and all that kind of stuff. It is so good. And then there's another one that they just are going to be opening called Fish God, which is a seafood bar. So definitely check those places out. It's really awesome and exciting. Now for our community corkboard announcements. So like I mentioned, I'm running for office for the city of Whittier, and you know, usually in politics it's interesting, right? It's all a big learning experience for me right now. But truly, one thing that I do that other people don't do is I have free events or low-cost events. And the reason why they're like that is because I understand that my constituents, not all of my constituents, can afford a $50 to $100 ticket. So this is really a time for people to come together to learn a little bit about the platform, to learn about me and, you know, what we can do together for the city of Whittier and the vision that we're presenting to our community. My next fundraiser is actually a movie Under the Stars over at the Knotted Apron, which is at 6712 Greenleaf Avenue on Friday, December 27th from 6 to 9 p.m. So like I said, they're low cost. It's $5 for every kid, $10 for every adult. And truly, this is to raise funds so I can buy flyers, so I can buy door hangers when I'm door knocking. You can pick up your very own lawn sign. Like, for example, those lawn signs cost $1,500, and I'm giving them to people for free because I understand that visibility is just as important as people knowing who I am. Because guess what? Campaigns systemically cost a lot of money, so working class people do not participate in the system. That being said, please join me on Friday, December 27th, and truly it's just an opportunity to get out with your family. You know, it's a Friday night. I'm sure everybody's kind of tired from the holidays, so why not just make it out? This is cheaper than going to a movie theater, and it's a really cool outdoor experience. If you've never been to the Knotted Apron, this is an opportunity to just look at how beautiful it is and to be in this really cool exclusive space. And I want to give a shout out to the Knotted Apron for being awesome and for letting us do that there. Okay, so I have a couple New Year's parties that I wanted to talk about. So let's give a big shout out over to Mulcahy's, which is located at 15334 Whittier Boulevard, Whittier, California, 90603. They are having a New Year's Eve 2020 glow party. It starts from 8 p.m. till 2 is free admission. There's a free makeup artist before 9 p.m., a free champagne toast at midnight. The kitchen will be open until 10. There's a complimentary nacho bar at 10, and you can buy one, get one alcoholic pre-sale tickets, and you can talk to the bartender if you head in before then. So really awesome. Check them out. Again, that's going to be on New Year's Eve, December 31st on Tuesday at 8 p.m. If New Year's Eve glow parties are not your thing, join Phlight, J. Anthony, Local Fixture, and Grandpa Joe's Barbershop as they ring in the new year like it's 1920 for the New Year's Eve Speakeasy Party. There will be dancing, libations. The doors open at 9 o'clock. 4 different dance floors, a champagne bar, multiple bars for your drinking pleasures, and you only get 3 drink tickets per guest. There are light bites, a cigar lounge, a photo booth, and you must be 21 and over. Tickets are $75 and they're located on Eventbrite. I will be posting that in the description. Alright, and so it looks like the next one on my list is a New Year's Eve 2020 Prince and MJ live tribute show and countdown party located at Sage Restaurant and Lounge. That's 6512 Greenleaf Avenue, Whittier, California at 7 p.m. and it ends at 2 a.m. So again, this is located at Sage on Tuesday, December 31st. So I encourage you to stay local, celebrate local, head on over to any of those 3 awesome places. If you know of any other New Year's parties, please let us know. You can tag us at What's Up Whittier or send us an email at whatsupwhittierpodcast@gmail.com. And, I'm so sorry. I think it's whatsupwhittierpod@gmail.com. Alrighty, so thank you everybody so much. And again, please follow us on social media. We really appreciate it. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Oh, and Happy Hanukkah. All right. Take it away, Jesse and Remo.
What's up, Whittier?
Dun da da da.
Remo.
Jesse, get off that phone, Jesse. We got a podcast to do.
Is he a millennial on the phone there?
Yeah, you know.
I was checking my last.
Millennial.
An elder millennial with a lot of gray hair.
I'm a year short or shy. No,
I would.
a month shy of being. I looked it up.
Well,
I'm a millennial, believe it or not.
Yeah,
you guys are elder
yeah.
millennials.
We were thinking about a beer it's called Millennial.
Millennial. That's
So,
fun.
but just what brewers do.
Very nice.
Puns. They're all about the
I
puns.
haven't had a question yet, so I'm
Yeah.
interjecting.
Well, welcome.
Welcome. Today, Ricardo, you're with us today. You want to maybe reintroduce yourself? We had a couple conversations in the past here.
Yeah, we had a few for What's Up Whittier. Fantastic program. Love you guys. So, yes, I'm Ricardo Diaz, and got a few restaurants in the area. And now we're building this brewery and kind of like a family dining hall.
Yeah.
With different things. So, super excited.
So for that one person, maybe 2 people that hasn't heard about what's happening here, can you explain what the overall setup is here in the Poet Garden?
Sure. So we took over the space, which it's a lot of people call it the Bank of America building. It's been here for quite a long time. Beautiful building, space inside, wonderful architecture. So the city asked us, we were going to build a brewery at another location, and the city asked us to come in here into the center of town. And so we agreed to, we worked out a deal, and so now we have this space. So the space will be called Poet Gardens. And its primary purpose is Whittier Brewing Company. And we'll be brewing here on site so that everybody can kind of see the process, and get super fresh beer. And we're going to have a number of food concepts here, about 6 or 7. So we're starting with, there's the pescovita, which will be like veggie-based tacos, not exclusively, but we'll kind of reinterpret some of the classic Mexican dishes like chile colorado, chile verde, tinga, but veggie-based. So we can kind of introduce some new vegetables from Mexico. And then maybe a few new things, that, picks our fancy. We're also going to have Faustino pizza, and it's basically a Neapolitan, kind of like a little thin pizza, and with some creative ingredients, some things that I've always wanted to do with pizza. I think that'll be exciting. We also have Xiao, which will be like kind of Shanghai-style dumplings, a little bit larger, and there's some creative sauces on top. What else do we have? We have Rue Dauphine. So that's a street in New Orleans. So we're actually doing kind of like a New Orleans-style bread pudding cafe. Capirotadas, for some of our Latino listeners. So there'll be like white chocolate raspberry, like a bourbon glaze and walnuts. I think we'll be doing like a savory bread pudding with bacon and maple syrup and egg. It's almost kind of like a breakfast item. And super simple coffee and steamed milk. And what else do we have? We're going to have a pop-up kitchen where we'll be inviting guest chefs, new concepts, almost an incubator to help some up-and-coming chefs kind of develop their craft different menus from week to week or day to day, depending on, how we schedule that, with the amount of people that are interested. So that's super exciting. Of course, Whittier Brewing, they might have some food items. We're still kind of working on that.
Yeah.
And then we have a concept called Fish God. So that right now will be more of a tasting menu, like 5 to 8 courses by reservation, and just handled by the chef directly with the customers. So,
nice.
And we'll do some pairings there. We'll do some creative things, mostly seafood. So that kind of seems like kind of a different concept, something that, exceptional and creative, and a weekly menu, which is what we're going to shoot for there.
Very cool.
And that would be something you would buy tickets for, and it would be private off, or would it be in the back?
Right now, the idea is that you make reservations a month in advance. So there'll be fixed seatings. So maybe about 20 to 25 people. You just start calling a month in advance and reserve your 7:30 or your 9 o'clock seating. And hopefully we can fill up the spaces. So it'll be a super controlled menu and a bit exclusive and just, cater to what's seasonal, what the chefs are creating, primarily myself. But we'll bring in other sous chefs and other concepts and other people creating things for Whittier.
Nice.
We also have 2 more concepts. Well, we have the wine library, so you can come and get your beer at Whittier Brewing, and then we'll also have a wine library. So I'll be hand selecting certain varietals: Chardonnay, Cabernet Sauvignon, Gewürztraminer, Pinot Noir, Riesling, and so you can pick up a bottle or a glass of wine, and then pick up some pizza. Somebody else might get tacos, and kind of like a general communal seating.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, on the topic of this podcast, it's we have like a community radio station. So it's called WIPA, and directed by Christine Singer Luna, who's our program director. And so we're going to be
She's all right.
Some local programming. We're thinking of concepts like a teenage sports program. We're doing a wonderful series on getting stories from older generation Whittierites, trying to collect some of that before some of those legends and stories and details disappear. What else are we doing, Christine?
Oh, yeah. Well, What's Up Whittier will be on
What's
the
Up
station.
Whittier will have their spot. The museum is doing like a historical program.
Nice.
Uptown Association will be doing a program about events and things that are happening. And of course, music. We're going to get some local DJs. Hopefully we can get we have a classic record store called Lovell's here. So we want to get them on board and have them spin eclectic music and things that are happening. And so just kind of a communal, open-air effort, for the city.
And the open area is obviously where everyone will be sitting. But how about outside, the patio? Would that be open seating as well?
Yes. Yeah. So we have some interior seating and, of course, the wonderful patio.
Yeah.
So especially in California with our wonderful weather, you can go out
see
there
the market
and enjoy.
lights. The market lights you guys put up. It looks nice out there.
Yeah, we have some lighting at night.
Yeah.
We built 2 fireplaces, so you can sit there and look at the fire and be romantic.
Drink beer and
have a beer,
be merry.
Or wine.
Yeah, or wine, absolutely.
Yeah.
or wine.
Oh, sounds interesting.
Well, I mean, I think we might have covered this in the previous podcast. What brought the Whittier Brewing Company on? Like, where does this passion to have such a kind of a big space with a lot of different pieces that come together?
One of the things that I've been personally interested. So I've been in Whittier over 27 years now. Love the city. I grew up in Montebello, just next door. Mm-hmm. And, of course, I have a couple of restaurants here, but I just want to expand the offerings. So at the same time that I'm trying to bring in other chefs and other concepts into the area so that we can build up our uptown area, I thought, we have wonderful craft beers. Why not build a brewery? And that was our goal. So at my restaurants, I'm making fresh salsas and preparing my meats and doing everything from scratch. I think we should do that with beer too. So and it's cool. You can buy whatever you want, but why not have something local? We can brew beers with local ingredients to local taste, And I think that's a fantastic idea. At the same time, I wanted to kind of bring in concepts that maybe Whittier doesn't have yet. So, for example, the dumplings. We have some pizza, not really Neapolitan, so I'm trying to do that. The bread puddings, the veggie tacos. We got 2 great vegetarian restaurants now, Veggie Ike and the Modern Shaman. And there's a wonderful world of Mexican vegetables and things that we could do for Tepescohuite that we can introduce people to. So we're always trying to educate, always trying to kind of push the envelope, and just create more variety for tourists, for the people in the area, for the college, for anybody else that wants to come into Uptown and savor its delights.
Plus, aside from the food and the drinks that you're going to provide, just to provide that space, kind of like you said, is bringing that community together, yeah. Because there's not a lot of place in Uptown that's this big to house that many people.
There's none.
Right.
To house them in the way you're going to put them together. Yeah. We have a ballroom and stuff like that, but it's not having everything in one house, experiencing it all.
Right, yeah, slightly different. So you're always kind of modifying and extrapolating, kind of creating new little tweaks on current idea. We have the Fiesta Hall, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
We have the Knotted Apron, wonderful space with George there. Yeah. And we'll be another space that people can use, especially the patio for special events, whether it's a wedding or a public address or city council fundraiser. There's a number of things. Yeah, so we're in the center of town, so it's a beautiful focal point and a beautiful building. And for a beautiful community.
I was waiting for you to say you're going to start doing or hosting a test kitchen show or something, because the setup is like right out of
like
one
Chopped.
of those. Yeah, like
Chopped.
I can see.
Maybe What's
Ricardo.
Up Whittier wants to start producing for the Food Channel.
I see Ricardo coming out like, "What are you doing? The salsa's not hot enough."
So Jesse sees me as a screamer. Yeah. It's okay. He's been in my kitchen.
Add more chile to it.
Unless it's like a cereal contest, then we have none of us.
Yeah, one time I did an interview. I forgot what it was for, and I was talking about some of the things that we do in the kitchen and the ingredients and where we source them, and she says, and of course a lot of love. I'm like, a lot of love. Have you been in the kitchen? There is no love in the kitchen. It's all yelling and screaming and trying to catch up. But no, of course, we try to do a great job. We try to keep everything fresh. And who knows? We could do, we have the radio station. We're looking at different podcasts that we can archive. We can do, video cast, or what do you call it?
That'd be cool.
Video casts or live streaming video.
I know. Do something like that.
Yeah,
where
we
it's
could do kind of a show. One of the things that we're also thinking here, so we're always kind of trying to see how we can benefit other people, and charity is a big part of our lives, and we hope that we can continue that. Mm-hmm. And so what we want to do is almost like a bi-monthly tournament. And it'll be different things. Maybe we'll bring in a basketball court and sign up people for a 3v3s. There'll be some prize money, but then the rest of it we'll pick a charity for that event. Darts, cornhole, dancing contest. There's just a number of things that we can do and do events here that we could either film or showcase, but also to get the community involved and just help us to contribute and give back to so many services and people in need around the world.
You definitely have the space. I was waiting for you to call out that sport where you started using the broom. What's that?
Curling.
Curling, yeah. You got the floor for that, and I think that works for when you already had a couple drinks, right? You're like
professional curlers are going to come out of everywhere.
It's like,
they're coming out. I don't know how many we have in Whittier, but
one.
We can find 2 to compete.
See, I'm saying you set that up towards the end of the night, so they could go clean the floors.
Instead of that, give them a broom.
I'm sorry, it's not a straight line; it's a zigzag all through the property.
But it's really clean.
Oh man, that sounds interesting. Again, it's a different concept, right? So it's just bringing together people, because that's what this is. Uptown is all about a destination, trying to bring people together and have an
super
experience.
Mixed community. Different cultures, different people, different concepts, and we want to always promote variety and diversity in products and attentions and flavors, characters, and that, I think that makes a super special space. So we want to continue to promote that.
Out of everything that's happening, what's that one thing that you just can't wait for it to happen? Like, what are you like antsy about? Like, what are like
the doors are open?
Like, is there? No, I mean, I'm like from everything that we talked about, like the taco place, the pizza place, or just the beer. Like, is there any one of the items that you're like, man?
What am I excited about?
Yeah, like,
actually, as a chef, it might be the most simplest thing. I'm excited about my pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, me too.
And it seems silly, but I have this idea what I want to do with pepperoni, which I'm not going to share right now yet.
Oh man!
But I'm super excited about that. Something that I've always wanted. There's never enough pepperoni on my pizza, so I want to.
Same here, man. Yeah.
I want to blast you guys with pepperoni.
Just one big pepperoni.
That's what I was gonna say. Are you gonna eliminate the dough and just put a big,
just a giant sausage slice? No, it'll be something different. We're gonna do that. There's something else coming along. Okay, I'll let you guys know. So this is for What's Up Whittier.
What's Up Whittier
exclusive hot take.
I think we got an exclusive last time too.
So we're gonna do a tri-tip pizza.
Wow.
So we'll be dry rubbing and aging our tri-tip, a few days before. And then we're going to put it into our stone oven. We're going to cook that, and then we're going to slice that and put that with like a special sauce on top of our pizza.
Damn.
So maybe going a little bit above and beyond, like just a classic carne asada pizza, but with tri-tips. So super excited about that.
Wow.
So, and again, the variety, the pop-up. I really want to bring in other chefs. And have them just kind of go crazy and do their concepts and, bring their people, and so that, all our patrons can come in and say, hey, what's new? What's happening? Mm-hmm. Who's creating here? And that's super exciting.
So come hungry, come thirsty, and you'll quench and feed the people, right?
Well, right, and come social, So our tables, they're a bit separated, but they're mostly communal. Yeah. So you can sit down and meet new people across from the tables. Talk to, other individuals and get stories and ideas and enjoy and share. So really family. We want kids running around, not too fast.
Yeah. It's a speed limit.
No, families that we will scold your children if they're running too fast. But it's just families kind of coming in and enjoying themselves and, trying different foods. And, they can have beer, they can have wine. Of course, we'll have soda fountains for everybody. Iced teas, so a number of things. So just open space for the community.
So here's a question that I'm sure you get asked all the time: when is the soft opening, grand opening? What is?
Oh wow, yeah. So we're shooting for the fall. So that's all I'm saying.
This year, just this year.
Just this year.
Yes.
I know it's we've been delayed. So there was a number of reasons. It's an old historical building. There's a lot of kind of retrofitting that we had to do. It's not easy just kind of building out or boxing out a space. So we've had to deal with a lot of those issues. But thank God that we're kind of toward the end. We just need a few final inspections, and hopefully within the next 1 or 2 months, we can, get some sort of opening going.
Very cool. I was going to go back to what you were saying earlier, kind of showcasing up-and-coming chefs or people who are getting into the industry. Is there anybody locally that you feel that they would be perfect for that test kitchen? I think Remo.
If you had a cereal bar.
Oh, you mean locally, as in across this table?
If you had a cereal bar, that you could want to create cereal.
Cereal.
Remo does a kick-ass
or none.
A kick-ass egg in the microwave.
Yes,
nice.
If that's what you want,
Just pop it in for a minute.
Hey,
and
microwave is the original molecular fusion. There's a number of people. So we have a great relationship with the other restaurants here, and if they want to try something, they could try it here, and we can work with any of the number of restaurants. There's also, a lot of chefs and sous chefs at the other restaurants that would be super interested in maybe doing something, for a night or for a weekend. And we've had a few conversations, and if if they want to approach us and come here, I'm sure it'll be an ongoing evolution of people. And of course, always trying to do local and trying to help local people, but it's open to everybody.
Nice.
I think it would be an incredible opportunity. I know that they have these like incubator kitchens like on the west side, but they require you to book the restaurant for a whole month, and that's like $30K for some people depending on their menu because they'll provide the workers, and some up and coming chefs like can't afford that, right? They can't. So this is an opportunity, I think, that you're providing for the people, which is really cool because I don't think people realize that. Oh, you can do this for $30K in West LA, but you can do that here in Whittier for less than that?
$29K.
29K.
29.99.
29.9K. Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be affordable,
Yeah.
and we'll work. And we got like a giant prep kitchen in the back. We have storage. So there's a number of things that we can offer. I mean, apart from just advice and administrative help,
Nice.
to anybody that kind of wants to come up. So
Very cool.
Yeah, that's what we're about.
So what else is going? What else is new, Ricardo? I mean, last time we talked, you were announcing that you were going to do the restaurant. But anything else other than the brewery that you got going on, or
Well, we got a few
or you
things.
want to share?
Colonia Publica. Today I authorized kind of an Oktoberfest.
Nice.
So we'll have like the Polliner Oktoberfest beer, some other local fall beers, and I'm doing a new kind of German-inspired taco with like a bratwurst and some spicy cabbage and things on top. So that's fun. I was working on that recipe
on
today.
a pretzel tortilla, or
On a pretzel tortilla.
I don't know if you could do that, but
Not that much fusion.
Fusion.
That's kind of, now we know why Jesse's not a chef.
exactly.
But
Throw it all in a blender and
right,
Drink it.
Yeah. But yeah. So that's coming up. We're trying to do that. Every year we do like super fun, the zombie tacos.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to kind of pick like little off the menu ingredients and
Did that
have
just
fun
happen
with
already,
that.
or is it?
No, it's coming up, right? End of October
Well,
usually?
normally we do it just for Halloween night.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's kind of a one evening event.
Yeah, I think
and
last...
that's more for the chefs. We have fun. We get together. We pick tacos, and people come. So it's kind of a creative thing that we enjoy.
Yeah, I think
with
you've
the
done
local community.
like brains before.
I've done
And
what
lengua?
we call sesos. So I've done
Yeah,
like
sesos,
crunchy
there
brain
you go.
tacos. We've done tongue.
Yeah.
I think Chef Tony, who worked at the Bottle Room and now at CGK, he likes to do like blood sausage tacos.
Yes.
I think I did tripas one day. So
I
I don't know why these are Halloween things.
Well, because it's like your
I mean, it makes sense,
organs
but
and-
so
Well,
we
it's
kinda-
a eek factor, right? Like,
I guess so, kind of an eek.
But if you eat it, have you had brains?
No,
So-
I'm good with the pizza you were talking about.
You are what you eat, Remo. Gotta eat some brains.
I know.
No, I'm good.
But it's one of those things where like you don't. It's so good until you know what it is.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to do. Maybe it's an excuse, Halloween night. Hey, I haven't had cow's brains, but I want to try it, and then.
But it's one of those things where you just slip it in. You're like, hey, this is like
Yeah.
on the special. It's really good.
Tell
you
me
take
after.
a bite and like,
Tell me
yeah,
afterwards.
Yeah,
Exactly.
tell me after.
Yeah.
Close your eyes, take a bite.
Yeah. Have a beer and two.
Have a beer or two. But it's. The rest of the world eats all this stuff.
Yeah,
and, here to a certain extent, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can surprise people and have them try something that they wouldn't try in any other scenario.
Yeah.
So
Nice. What about at Bizarro? You got anything else going on out there?
not much. I think so. Winter's coming, so maybe we'll do a couple of new dishes there. Maybe some soups or. Also, Colonia Publica, normally in the winter, we'll do like our tamale special. So we create, last year I did a kind of like a black bean and fresh cheese tamale in a bacon broth. So, this year we'll kind of maybe do something with tamales, maybe like a little tamale trio.
Yeah.
3 different flavors, a little sauces on top. So, so we'll have that. I'll basically be, kind of concentrated and stuck in here in Point Gardens for the next few years. But it'll be super exciting. And
I was waiting for Remo to jump in with this hummus because he's always like,
Oh.
Imagine that, a hummus tamale.
a hummus tamale,
A chickpea.
like
How about
garbanzo.
chickpea? Yeah.
So I have a question. We have the camera set up, and this is the first time us really doing a video version. What is it that's back here?
So what you're looking at is the brewery. So to the left, it's called the brew house. So that's where we brew the beer. So we add in our our grains, all the stuff, the water. We mash that, we mix it, we boil it, and then that then gets transferred to the right side. So the 4 tanks in the back are called fermenters. So the beer goes in there, you add your hops, you add your any kind of flavoring, and then you let it sit there a week to 2 fermenting. And so that's where you add your yeast. The yeast eats the sugars, converts it to alcohol, and does their job. Once we believe the beer's ready, that's filtered and transferred into the front tank, and that's called a bright tank. So the bright is where we add our CO2, the bubbles in the beer. And then from there we keg and then store for service.
How many kegs have you guys already set up?
No, so we've been doing test batches right now. So we have a 10-barrel system, which is over 300 gallons.
Wow.
Keg-wise, what does that mean?
Huh?
In terms of kegs, how many kegs is that?
So yeah, that's
and when I say keg, we know kegs has those big
those
kegs, not the little ones, not
metal
the
things. Yeah. So a barrel breaks down into 2 kegs.
Okay.
So that's So if we have a 10-barrel system, we can take 20 kegs of beer.
Oh wow!
Out of that production.
Nice.
From our tanks.
Now, are you guys going to be selling kegs as well for people that have parties or anything?
No, we'll be selling kegs more wholesale to local restaurants.
Got it.
But we'll have beer here for on-site service.
Uh-huh.
We also have a crowler. So this is a 32-ounce can. And then, we'll pour the beer and then can it for you so you can take it home.
Wow.
So that's what we'll be doing as we don't have a canning line right now or a bottling line.
Yeah.
This is all just kind of local service right now.
Nice.
Yeah, it's an impressive setup when you come here and you're looking at stuff, but it's like, what am I looking at? There's pipes coming in every direction, and it just looks really expensive.
You see that pipe in the back? That one goes way up to the building and it taps out my office.
And it shoots up a beer that way.
It has
I wasn't supposed to, but now I'm going to double check it.
Yeah, those dang plans.
Why do we keep losing 10% of our beer?
Yeah.
No, it's pretty cool because, I work here, right, in the radio station. So whenever I walk back, I'll check in with the guys. I noticed that there was a pipe that's, frozen solid outside. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but all the pipes are black except for this one, and it's white and has ice all over it. Well, I was talking to our wonderful engineer that we have here, and he's a fan of the podcast, so shout out to you, sir. You probably don't want me to say your name, so shout out to you. Don. It's Don. The boss said it, so I'll say it. But it's really cool because he was teaching me a little bit about the glycol process.
Yes.
And so the reason why that pipe is frozen on the outside is because the condensation freezes. Water freezes at 32 degrees. And so the glycol is used so they can have the beer in here below 32 degrees, right?
So we basically have a giant air conditioner
right.
in the patio. And that's circulating, kind of like antifreeze in your car. It circulates glycol through the tanks, through all the pipes, so it keeps everything at a perfect temperature for fermentation, for brewing, for storage.
Nice.
So it's a big system. It's one of the most difficult things to do in a brewery. Just kind of connect all that and run it correctly, and so there's a bunch of engineering things that you have to do. But it was exciting learning.
Yeah, Whittier Brewing Co. started in a backyard using a homebrew small system that that's over here on the back, if you guys can see it on the camera. So it's always, I've learned a lot about beer, and I'm not really a beer drinker. So, I don't even like hops, and the Greenleaf Pale Ale is pretty good.
You guys gotta do. I've been to Natural History Museum where you go through this tour of the dinosaur exhibit.
Uh-huh.
And they have this guy who's supposed to be what do they call what those guys who uncover bones?
A paleontologist.
Yes, he's in the back, behind a glass wall, and he's kind of cleaning
Working.
bones. Yeah, working. But it's
visual.
It's a show. It's like a kid from high school who's being paid to do this motion.
Right.
But it's to have kids kind of say, "Oh, that's the way they uncover these things."
Yes, that's the way. That's the way they do beer.
Yeah, they do that at the Brand Tar Pits.
Like that, exactly. Yeah. You should do something like that for people who are hanging out,
brewers
have
tour.
Kids come in and just watch us shoveling the grain out of the tanks.
Big kids.
Maybe millennial kids.
Look,
We'll
son.
put them to work. Hey, you want to help?
Look, son.
Shove
That's
all
how
the grain out of the tanks.
Yeah,
You
that's
get
how beer's
one
done.
glass. There you go.
Yeah, no, we'll have. So, we're super open to the public. You can see everything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But no one's allowed behind the fence that we have here, which is a really cool fence. If you want to describe it a little bit.
Well, for the right price, I mean, you get access.
Yeah, everything has a price.
Right.
Yeah, no. We built a beautiful fence. This was designed by Harry Gold Art in Whittier, and so we kind of did kind of an Art Deco and a stylized hop in our fence. Beautiful wrought iron work.
Yeah, he did a really good
so
job.
that'll be separating the area. But you'll get to see everything. You'll see the process. You'll see us brewing, transferring, kegging. So it's super exciting. I don't know, what's that program on Discovery? How things work? Or,
How did this get made? Or
how it's made.
How it's made.
There you go.
Yes. So you'll get to see some of that.
Nice.
And it's a super cool experience. Again, anything that you make with your own hands.
Yeah.
It's appreciated. It's exciting. It's something that we look forward to.
Nice. Again, a lot of great things happening. Obviously, kind of moving beyond here. What do you think? What are you excited that's going to happen in the next couple months or years? Like, is there anything that you see coming out that you're like, man, I can't wait for this to happen, or this to open, or
yeah? So there's a number
or something
of things
that comes in,
especially in Uptown. Of course, we got the Grove being built down on Whittier and Philadelphia, and they're going to have some big box stores, which is cool, and I guess an In-N-Out people love. And there's also going to be kind of an artisan area where they're kind of trying to do like some other kind of small local concepts there with the old antique buildings that they've been able to salvage from the original detention center that was there. So that's happening. We have, of course, the Uptown Association and a new group called the UWI, the Uptown Whittier Improvement Association. And they're coming in, and we're working on valet parking, on structures. The city's kind of getting excited about developing this area. And that's what we want to do. We want to be a destination for, surrounding communities. We want to offer good food, good stores. We have a wonderful, Art Deco theater that people can, enjoy. Events, we have the events. We have food festivals, things that we're kind of trying to do in the area and build it up. And I think everybody's doing a fantastic job. And again, the brewery will bring, more people. We now have Guildhall Bride, which is a super cool esports bar.
I haven't been there yet, but I've seen
It's
people
cool.
post on pictures. I'm like, man, I got to get out there.
It's good. You got to play a game of Uno. Yeah, it's fun.
So, we have that coming in. We have a number of new restaurants. So, and we're going to work as a community to bring in more variety, more concepts, more chefs from the west side or from Orange County coming into the area. As the place gets more popular, I think it'll be super exciting. Of course, parking is always a difficulty, but hey, in Pasadena, you park and walk 3 blocks.
Newport, any other place.
Newport, everybody. It's a fact of life when you have activity and volume, and why not walk? I mean, everybody keeps telling us to walk a little bit more, to take the exercise, to stop and smell the roses. So it's something that we have to seek and not complain about.
Yeah.
But even still, we have a parking structure that's almost never packed, and it's like $3 after 5 o'clock.
Space is always there. They're
Yes.
building a new structure off of Comstock. So that the city's proactively working, and I think we're doing a great job.
Yeah. Valet will be nice when it kicks in.
Oh, the valet?
Valet, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fantastic, for...
That's the day that Remo comes in his red jacket and
Starts taking
Starts
pieces.
taking-
I thought you were going to say red Ferrari.
Yeah. No, I take
that
the,
too. That
I
is-
take
The day he
the
comes in his red Ferrari.
I take the red Corolla, the Uber that comes picks me up because that's
okay.
that's a lot easier.
And
to
of
do.
course, we have Uber, right?
Yeah.
And automated driving, and so maybe there's a new paradigm coming in the future. We don't need so much parking. People can just Uber and Lyft here and enjoy themselves and get a ride home. So there's a number of things. Maybe we have like Uber stops.
Yes, I was just going to say, that being said, we should have more. I always advocate for rideshare spots, because I don't know about you guys, if you guys frequent Uptown Whittier in the evenings, but people will stop in the middle of the street because it's in front of the 40 and people are trying to get to the 40. Whereas we should have a centralized spot, just like a lot of other locations.
Airports have it.
Airports have it. Disneyland has it. Santa Monica has a rideshare area. you know.
Well, I recently went to a place out in Fullerton and out in Irvine, and they both have designated areas for rideshare. But they're the coolest ones. I mean, it's like it has like these big lounge sofas.
Oh, wow.
And like a little grass area.
idea.
And like
Nice.
they even have music on one of them where you're just, if you're waiting for your ride, you can still hang out.
They should do that in the green grass.
Yeah, the grassy
I
lot.
mean,
Put some benches there.
That's
That's
kind
an
of a
idea.
very cool concept. We can
like-
work on that. So.
Yeah, I like that idea. Let's
Yeah.
bring it up at a meeting.
Yes.
Some meetings
Some
sometimes.
meetings that are coming up. But yeah, that's something that we can bring up. I mean, and again, that's thinking creatively. That's opening up to the economy. Thinking, outside the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
great.
more people would Uber if they have those designated spots because they're now aware that, you know what, I know where I'm going to get dropped off. I know where I'm going to get picked up.
Well,
and
right.
it's easy.
And
Here's
there's signals.
the reason why we Ubered is obviously it's our date night, and so we're going somewhere, and we know we're gonna have a couple drinks, and so it's the whole idea of not driving and drinking or driving and drinking.
How you doing right now,
Drinking and
Jesse?
driving. I don't know. I had
driving,
two.
Jesse, keep
I had two
driving.
beers already.
2 pale ales.
2 of our test beers.
Exactly.
They work.
And of course, keeping the community safer.
Yes, absolutely.
Not driving. I mean, not that you should get, drunk and blasted or anything like that, but, that, you can enjoy yourself and,
Yeah.
and
It's not
keep
that
the,
worry, yeah.
keep
Right.
the city safer. That's a wonderful thing that we should shoot for.
Exactly.
And it was great, man. I mean, it's just not having to worry about it.
So when's your date night?
We try to do it once a month. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Once a month,
Once
not
a
once
month?
a week.
I have kids. Come on.
That's,
It was up to me every night. Yeah.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, right. Every night, yes.
Sure,
Every
sure,
night,
sure.
my friend. Every night.
Hi, Jocelyn. Thank you for listening.
Yes. Anyways, with
Yeah,
that
super
said,
exciting, you guys.
No, yeah.
so
What?
so what else? I mean, I know we talked about all the stuff that's kind of happening, but what is that one thing that you're still waiting for? Like, is there anything that you're waiting for that you say, man, we really need
In Uptown?
in Uptown or just here in general, like in Whittier, because you've been here longer than I have. I think you still beat Christine in terms of her. Being
We're
almost-
tied, 27.
But me as a grown-up,
Yeah.
Christine in age.
So you've seen like a pretty big change, in that span.
Right.
It's a short span, but it's a span where you see drastic changes. Like, is there anything that you would say, man? I think we're like in that point where we really need to.
No, and I get that. So I try to think about that sometimes as I go out there, try to invite people into Uptown to invest, to buy properties, to build businesses. At the same time, there's something to be said for freedom. Like, let's open it up. If a business comes in and they do well, they should stay. If they don't do well, they have to leave. Yeah. So what we want to do is open our doors, and decrease barriers to entry. Streamline our permit process and open up our spaces. And our rents are pretty good, I think, as an area compared to other areas. But we just want to open up the doors because we don't know which way it's going to go. Yeah. We don't know what people are going to like. It's like music. You don't know who's going to be a hit. Record companies can come in and do a bunch of marketing behind one song, and they might get it up on the charts. But then that's it. Yeah. But quality stays. Yeah. Performance lasts. It's very, very important to open up your doors and give everybody a chance. Yeah. So that's what we want to do as a community, as investors, as associations, the city council. We would just want to open up our doors and have everybody a chance to kind of come in and see what works and what doesn't. Yeah. The market will decide. Yeah. It always does. Yep. So
whether you want it or not.
And it's exciting that way because you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. Does somebody want a French restaurant? We can try to lobby for that, or we just open up our doors and invite them in and see if they work. So that's kind of my philosophy. And I love kind of seeing organic growth and seeing where things go. And, if you're interested in doing something, come to Uptown Whittier, try it, and, and hopefully it'll work.
So last time we talked, we I think I asked the same kind of question, just a little differently. Like, if there is a certain type of restaurant to come in, like, what would you like to see that in terms of a partnership or just something that would add to the kind of eclectic mix we have going on right now. I know last time you were saying like a good steakhouse, but it is
right. Okay, there's maybe some basics that we always need. Like a steakhouse is always good. Something that's affordable for our area, but can still do quality meats. Now that Ravelo's is gone and Ciao Italia, I think, a good Italian restaurant is necessary. We have Chinese with New Canton. We're going to have some Japanese with the dumplings here. I miss Middle Eastern number 3. That was a great
is that where
Mediterranean food restaurant where Rusty Monk is.
Okay, yeah.
We have
JDO. I love JDO.
Yeah, up the street.
Which is pretty good, man.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen Jessie there a few times when we've had lunch.
Yeah.
That's kind of a little quicker service concept, but maybe something a little bit more kind of sedate dining.
Like a Rafi's or something? Like a Rafi's place? Like Rafi's in Glendale?
I don't know what that is.
Have you guys been there to Rafi's in Glendale, Pasadena?
Brea?
I don't make it that far.
Pasadena? Or Glendale? It's in
Past
Glendale.
Greenleaf? Comstock?
Yeah. My car doesn't go past
All right.
There's so many, this global cuisine is open-ended. Just Asia has, plethora of different cuisines, from spicy Szechuan to Indonesian to... So, that's always exciting. We have the Peruvian place that's on Bailey. And that's cool. I love their seafood soup. I recommend that, you guys. And their little ají with the bread and the little sauce. It's fantastic. We just want to open up, and try. Like I said, I love diversity. I love variety. I want to eat at different restaurants. Actually, what's going to happen here next to Poet Gardens, we have Imli coming in. And that's more of a Southern Indian street food concept, which is super exciting. And I've tasted the chef's food. We've worked together a little bit on taste testing things, and it's very, very delicious. Yeah. So very excited about that.
Did you ever get the call to taste test?
Yeah.
Did you really? I didn't get the call. Did you get a call? No, just kidding.
It's in my. I wrote an NDA.
Yeah.
So
I think I rejected the call.
You rejected the call.
Just kidding. So if there's another call, let us know.
It was actually an email. It was
an email. Oh, I probably didn't check.
Probably went to spam.
Yeah. No.
Do you know what's happening with Ravelo's?
Wasn't it supposed to be Costa?
No. Huh?
Costa, I think.
La Costa?
Have you heard?
Yeah,
anything?
I heard it might be a Mexican restaurant. Which would be another one in the area.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
All right.
And we have demographics that are investing and growing, and so, we got a lot of Mexican restaurants. Of course, I have 2 in the area, and I've made an effort here at Poet Gardens to not do Mexican.
Yeah.
The only reason I have the Pescovita is because I wanted to transfer that concept from Whittier Boulevard up here.
Guisados?
The guisados concept. But I'm tweaking it to be more veggie-centric.
Which is needed. A lot of people are vegetarians nowadays.
By the way, I didn't know what guisados... I know what guisados means in terms of the definition, but I didn't know what guisados meant as a I guess, plate? Is that the right word?
Well, it's a saute. So in Spanish, we say, vas a guisar algo. Are you going to cook something? So, but it normally means kind of like soupy, braised, kind of things in a pan, like in a pot. In a pot. So those are guisados.
And now the reason why I'm bringing this up is I just recently watched the
Taco Chronicles.
Taco Chronicles,
pretty good
and
program.
The guisados was like a segment, which I'm like, oh, that's what that now it makes sense.
Yeah.
And by the way, that alone is like its own kind of way of preparing things, right? Because it could be endless, right?
Yeah, and it's endless, and it's actually mostly the way people cook at home. Yeah. So we've grown up with we go to Mexican food or trucks, and it's like carne asada, pastor, tripas, but that's not stuff that people cook at home.
Correct.
What they do are their guisados. They do tingas. They go carne a la mexicana. Chile colorado, chile verde. So that's the stuff that we cooked at home, and that was the main impetus for me creating the guisados chain in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's just kind of trying to bring home cooking to the LA market. So, and that's what we're going to do here. Just again, a little bit more veggie centric.
Nice. So if you have a specific dish that you would wake up every morning and have, what would that be?
Oh, I'm not a breakfast guy.
Or you just wake up and you say, "This is what."
What would I do? I think I would probably do chicharrones and chile verde with avocado and some frijoles de la olla that are just a little bit crushed. You know, kind of just like pop them so they release their juiciness. I think that would be either my morning meal or if I was on death row and it was my last meal, I think it would be a taco de chicharrones con aguacate and frijolitos quebrados.
Flour or corn?
Corn. No. I grew up on flour because my mom's from Hermosillo, Sonora.
Nice.
But I had a bad experience one time. So, now I love the corn tacos, the corn tortillas. Yeah. But I think that would be it.
Oh, man. What would be your dish, Bruno?
What?
If you had actually, yes, since Ricardo brought it up.
Yeah, what would be your last
What's your last
meal?
dish? I said your first, and he says last, so.
I don't know. The one that comes up because we were going to go there yesterday was Mariscos Martin. They have this fish fillet that's just a big piece of fish. And
fried or steamed or?
I don't know. You have to ask.
Mojarra?
What is it? It's
The fried. It's like a fried fish, right?
But it's not necessarily. No, it's not the full fish.
Just a fillet.
It's a fillet, but it's a big piece, and it's just beans and rice, and it is just incredible. Like my mouth.
Martin is pretty cool.
Yeah.
On Valley Boulevard.
On Valley, yeah.
Yes.
They have whatever that. It's like two fillets right on top of each other.
Right.
I think we've probably been there 20 times, and we've ordered it 19 times. Like at least me, and then I tried one time to order something else, and I got the plate. I'm like, this is not what I wanted.
So no hummus involved.
No hummus involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
So flour or corn?
Chips. I eat it with little beans, a couple, put some beans on it, and
corn tortilla.
Corn, yeah.
Christine?
One thing that I death row meal.
Just one meal. It can't be a combination. It's got to be one.
Okay. I would do dry rye bread with mashed avocado, everything but the bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's, and some scrambled eggs with basil in it.
That's a millennial.
Avocado toast.
That's a millennial right there. That's a millennial.
Hey, I don't have a mortgage. I have avocado toast, so there you go.
It's as much as a mortgage.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Jesse, round it out.
For me, it'd be chilaquiles, man. And if I get the option to do green or red, I probably do both.
You're dying, so you get the option.
O divorciados.
Yeah. But if they don't have the way I usually ask is which one's the spicier one. Whichever is the more spicier one I get. Preference would be red, but if green is spicier, then I get the green.
Chilaquiles.
And then they give the option to add an egg. I'll throw the egg in.
This is death row here. You
and
get about anything right now.
Well, in that case. But yeah, and for me, they got to be crunchy. They can't be too soggy.
I agree with that.
Unless it's
grandma. It's a talent to make chilaquiles that are crispy, but yet still melt under the cheese. Yeah. It's a simple meal, but like our Pilsner or our Pale Ale, the simple recipes are the ones that require the most attention.
Yeah. There you go, man.
Because people have high expectations for them.
I think so.
Yeah. Right. Ricardo, well, thank you again for coming on. We do appreciate that. Appreciate the beer as well. Okay. And I don't think we got the address. You said the Bank of America building. What's the physical
address? On the corner of Greenleaf and Philadelphia. It's 13002 Philadelphia Street in Whittier.
October 1st, right? We're opening.
Look at you. Hopefully,
like
I doubt it.
Fall of 2019.
I stopped giving dates a while ago because
it'll be open when it's open.
Postponed. It's the way it goes. People, when you start developing, you'll learn your lessons. Yeah. It always overruns. It always goes over budget. It's always difficult, but we're getting close. Yeah. So awesome.
Well, great. We'll have to bookmark it for the next one when you're finally up and running, and hopefully we could do one where we're recording you from behind the kitchen.
Oh, while we're working
during our chop
making chilaquiles.
There you go.
Pescado with maybe mojo de ajo. I have no idea what you're doing.
Mojarra frita. I think it was mojarra
Yeah,
frita.
we'll have to get that recipe from
He's simple.
Martin.
He's,
And no, we're not going to do avocado toast.
Don't do avocado.
Well,
There's other
only
places that could do
I mean, if we made some spiked seltzer here and some
Oh,
avocado
wow.
toast,
Don't even go
I would
there.
be
You're
in
talking
heaven.
to brewers.
No, so
And we're, you know.
but our new question is, what is your favorite memory about Whittier?
Wow.
he's like, I don't want to remember.
No, I mean.
He goes, yes, last night.
So about Whittier or in
Yeah,
Whittier.
your favorite
that's
Whittier
kinda
memory.
Personal.
Yeah.
There's,
Oh,
there was
yeah,
a lot
that's
of
true.
parties at the house
Now
when I was a bachelor. So
we gotta change it to what was your best experience, or what do you remember best in this space? Because at some point you had to get into Sage or not. What's
Ibiza.
Ibiza?
Hughes, Rome.
actually, no, I actually never came. So I was
Sticks.
never a nightclub guy. I never came
all?
here. No, I grew up basically a fisherman.
Yeah.
So my weekends were spent in Rosarito
Yeah.
and on the docks and doing all the fishing. I never did the clubbing thing.
Never did the
so,
basement.
unfortunately, I don't have any stories about that. But my best, I don't know. I think there are a number of them. So I love my compatriots in the industry here in Whittier. You know, Chef Tony and Nicomi and Arroyo and JC. And I love going to their restaurants. Mike Kakchoff from the 40.
Mm-hmm.
I love going to their places and eating their food and talking with them and just sharing a beer. And I think that's one of the things that I very much appreciate about our community.
Yeah.
You know, that we can just get together and enjoy and talk. And it keeps me excited about the industry. It keeps me wanting to, you know, do new things and, you know, to keep coming in here. I don't go to the west side. I don't go to Pasadena. There's always something to do here.
Yeah, there's
and
a lot
it's
of good
super
people
special. So I appreciate all those moments.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
All right.
That's a nice way to
End it.
end it.
Ricardo, thanks again for coming on. We look forward to the opening in the very near future.
I look forward to the pizza, man.
oh, okay, that'll be.
Now I'm
yeah.
stuck.
Bye,
we'll
Whittier.
do that.
See you later, Woody.
Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.